Few names resonate in Hollywood like Sylvester Stallone. His face, his voice, and his iconic characters are etched into global pop culture. But before he became the embodiment of grit and resilience, Stallone was just another struggling actor. In New York, fighting rejection after rejection, holding on to a script he refused to sell without playing the lead, this is the epic Then versus Now story of a man who turned rejection into record-breaking success. From Rocky Balboa to John Rambo, Stallone not only starred in blockbusters but wrote and directed many of them, cementing his place as one of the most influential action stars of all time. Born Sylvester Gardenzio Stallone on July 6, 1946, in New York City, his entrance into the world was rough. Due to complications during birth, he suffered nerve damage that caused a droop in his lower lip and slurred speech, traits that would later become part of his trademark. Stallone's early years were full of instability. After his parents' divorce, he moved between foster homes and attended multiple schools, but one thing remained constant: his love for acting and storytelling. He studied drama at the University of Miami, writing scripts and auditioning constantly, but Hollywood didn't come calling. Instead, Stallone slept in bus stations, took odd jobs, and even appeared in low-budget adult films just to survive. But he never gave up. In 1975, after watching Muhammad Ali fight Chuck Wepner, Stallone went home and wrote the script for Rocky in just over 3 days. The story of an underdog boxer with heart, grit, and a dream hit too close to home to give away. When studios offered to buy the script but cast someone else, Stallone refused. Eventually, United Artists agreed to let him star, and the rest is history. Released in 1976 on a modest budget, Rocky became a massive hit, winning 3 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. Stallone was no longer the struggling actor. He was now the American underdog hero. In 1982, Stallone reinvented himself again with First Blood, portraying John Rambo, a Vietnam veteran haunted by war. The character struck a nerve with audiences and launched another lucrative franchise. Rambo became an international icon of action and resilience. With explosive sequels like Rambo: First Blood Part 2 and Rambo 3, Stallone pushed the limits of physicality, stunts, and political themes in blockbuster cinema. By the late 80s, Stallone was a box office titan, often competing with Arnold Schwarzenegger for the title of Hollywood's top action star. While the 80s were Stallone's golden age, the 90s brought mixed results. Though films like Cliffhanger 1993 and Demolition Man 1993 performed well, others like Stop or My Mom Will Shoot flopped. Critics questioned if Stallone's brand of hypermasculine action was outdated. He tried new genres, experimented with self-deprecating roles, and even disappeared for brief periods. But even when the box office dipped, the man never lost relevance. In the mid-2000s, Stallone staged a dramatic comeback. In 2006, at age 60, he wrote, directed, and starred in Rocky Balboa, giving the beloved character a heartfelt send-off. The film was a critical and commercial success. In 2008, he returned as Rambo in a darker, grittier installment that surprised audiences with its emotional depth and unflinching violence. Stallone proved that age was just a number and that classic characters still had something to say. In 2010, Stallone launched a new franchise. It was a love letter to 80s and 90s action cinema, uniting stars like Jason Statham, Jet Li, Dolph Lundgren, and even Arnold Schwarzenegger. The concept worked. It spawned multiple sequels and reminded the world that Stallone still had box office pull. The Expendables was more than a film. It was a victory lap for a generation of action heroes. In 2015, Stallone delivered one of the finest performances of his career in Creed, playing an aging Rocky Balboa mentoring the son of his former rival, Apollo Creed. Directed by Ryan Coogler and starring Michael B. Jordan, the film revitalized the Rocky legacy. Stallone earned an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor, his first since the original Rocky. He returned for Creed 2, but passed on appearing in Creed 3, signaling that Rocky's final chapter may have been written. Today, Stallone is more than a movie star. He's a producer, director, painter, and family man. On social media, he shares moments with his daughters, behind-the-scenes glimpses of projects, and his thoughts on aging, health, and purpose. He's developing new content through his production company and has also taken roles in series like Tulsa King 2022 and appeared in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 as Stacker O. Showing his range still surprises. He's also the subject of the Netflix documentary Sly 2023, offering intimate insight into the life behind the legend. Then, a broke actor with facial paralysis, rejected for his looks and voice, who wrote a script and refused to sell out. Now, an Oscar-nominated legend, creator of $2 billion franchises, and one of the most beloved actors of his generation. His face has aged, but the fire behind it hasn't dimmed. His stories are deeper, more reflective, yet still carry the same heartbeat that launched him. Stallone's legacy isn't just about films, it's about persistence, self-belief, and heart. He gave us characters who never gave up, who fought through loss, pain, and failure not for glory, but for meaning. Rocky's steps in Philadelphia aren't just cinematic history, they're a symbol of hope. And every punch Rambo threw reminded us of the battles within. Sylvester Stallone didn't just play heroes, he lived like one. From his days of homelessness to becoming a global icon, Sylvester Stallone has lived a life as dramatic as any film. He's made his story as a testament to the power of believing in yourself even when no one else will. A true underdog, a relentless fighter, a man who proved that no dream is too big if you're willing to take the hits.